Welcome to my video on a little bit about my treatments and how I got into alternative treatments, holistic treatments. Once after taking a career change. So my name is Christina. I'm a health and wellness practitioner where I practice the Dawson program, bioenergy, reflexology, and also use doTERRA's products and essential oils to help people to take more of a natural approach to their health and overall well-being in life. I was always attracted to a natural approach from a young age, from my teenage years. I was always intrigued by homeopathy and essential oils. Always loved working with them and playing with them and that type of thing, messing around with them, doing up different potions. As I got older, I went on to study beauty therapy and did reflexology massage and went on to open my own salon where I worked there for many years. And as I guess I worked with my clients and as I built up a rapport with my clients, I listened to maybe their emotional issues as well as their physical issues. I felt naturally drawn and more of an intuition to want to help people from the inside out. And it was always something that was there in the back of my mind, and I was often searching for the right treatment that sat with me, I guess, really the most. That eventually I did find a treatment that I just felt this was the one. And I discovered it from accidentally from my own kids feeling unwell one day, and somebody gave me a contact number for a Dawson program practitioner. And prior to this, I would have taken my kids to different systematic kinesiologists and homeopaths and always got a result as well, always very happy with them. Um, but maybe as they got older and I felt they needed something more, and yet I was maybe would have gone to their doctor or a health professional, medical health professional, and maybe felt that I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted to get, felt I wanted to get to delve a little bit more, felt maybe I didn't want to go the drug route for their issue at that time. And often I felt I wasn't getting value for money either. I felt maybe a little bit let down that I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted, and so maybe I was just exploring the wrong place. And so it led me to a Dawson program practitioner. And this is when I found the most profound effect on my kids after a treatment of the Dawson program. Just behavior wise and easier to manage in general. Um, I just felt it helped them in school issues as well, and it led me to explore it more and want to work from it in a professional level. And I eventually did find a somebody that taught the Dawson program, which was quite difficult in Ireland to find. And I just loved the whole approach to it because you were treating physical issues as well, emotional issues. You're treating the body through the organs and the glands, and you were also looking at the energy system in the body when it came to the meridians, the auric fields, and the chakras. And so just realigning the body led to releasing so many physical issues of pain and discomfort. And I guess I was naturally drawn to helping young kids and families, in particular, simply because maybe my own kids were young. My nieces and nephew was coming along, and I was helping them, and I could see the changes in them and how the advantages and the benefits that they got from even one treatment. Um, and I loved that I could just help them from a very simplistic, authentic approach without having to use drugs to release their pain. And many a time, when you check to see if it's a physical shock or toxic chemical or emotional shock, more often than not, you will see that the body will go out of alignment due to emotional shock. And so it can be months or even years later before someone will present with a physical issue. But it's important that recognizing when the body went out of alignment in the first place and why it went out of alignment. So it's very difficult to get to the cause of one's pain unless you find indeed when it all maybe started to go wrong for them firstly. As I left the beauty salon, I guess that I had built up for many years and was now doing financially well, I still felt a nudge and a want to be able to help people, um, as I say, from the inside out. And I just felt the more people that I could help, maybe keeping them off a drug-free path, that the more I felt I was helping these people, the more that I was um, happier to spread the word that there is easier ways of helping children. Sometimes children are not able to express to you what is really going on because they're too young to be able to piece it all together themselves, and sometimes it can be difficult maybe for them to verbalize it or put into words or explain to you. But all I can say is that once a child or whoever it is presents with an emotional issue, is the time to go. So if you feel your child has changed emotionally, it is time then to get a treatment. Sometimes people leave it prolong and it can then present into a physical issue, and it can still be treated at that stage. But as I say, if you start to see emotional issues in your children, it is time to explore someone um, along the lines of energy therapies at that stage. I've helped many young families at this stage, as I'm now in 3 years of doing this, and I have treated many people and many young kids and all different ailments, from kids with behavioral issues to learning difficulties, dyslexia, growing pains, tummy pains, um, just maybe anxiety, panic attacks, depression, um, where they just have maybe separation anxiety from mom or dad, as well. And it's all about bringing, I guess, a little bit of confidence into them as well, because obviously if they have that separation anxiety, it can just suppress other things for them, and releasing it. And there is so many natural approaches out there that do work, and I think it's just time to maybe people explore them and see so many other avenues for people, because it can just brings a child into their full potential. It brings a child into who they truly are. And when they're fully in alignment and fully rebalanced, it allows them to be the full person that they need to be. And often, people ask me how often should they come, and it depends on a personality really, more so than anything else. Because if one is a sensitive personality, they will be be thrown out of alignment a lot easier. But obviously then you have the person who physically is active and does a lot of sports, and that as well, and that can affect the cranial plates and bones. And as I say, we work on starting on the cranial plates and bones, and realigning them can have really a profound effect for people in so many ways, when it comes to just sadness and depression, and relieving that for people can just make them enjoy life better in a simple approach. And um, and as I saw, I guess, so many people suffering before I ever left the beauty industry, because I was meeting so many people, and as I say, you built up such a rapport of them. You had seen so much over the years, and I'm delighted now to be able to help people from a authentic approach, a drug-free approach, and delighted to be able to just educate people on what is out there and what is available to people as well. So I'm going to leave it at that for this evening. I hope you find this interesting. And if you feel there's anyone that can benefit from listening to this, or maybe you feel there's someone in your life right now that is searching for some answers or some therapists to be able to help them, please do share my video. Thank you.